Don't get mad at me. I don't love my fuck. I don't chase my duck. I replace him with another one. Had to see she keep calling me Jay and my name is she keep singing my hits. No progress if you don't take risks. I'm the light man when I wave my wrist. Trill, you don't want smoke. Boy, the hype man can't take my spliff. Chain still bustin'. I cheer hustle. Still duck a pig, ain't nothing to a Muslim. Everybody better know that ain't for nothing. I'm all like a beat, but the game still hunting. Preaching out when they never feel for me. I know the game's evil, but still stunning. I can hear my granny in the church still humming. You around the game for the real money. Gone.
I woke up this morning, and I'm still do what I want. I see what I want, and I get it. I'm being pardoned. Sex is smart and independent. I don't really got a limit. All I really do is visit. My life is like a fairy tale. My cherry, 400 houses on custom wells. Harry got my money, Chanel. Don't get your man caught in this carousel. Come with me, I'll show you amazing things. Come on, come on, let me be amazed. Be amazed. can I help that your man on my neck? And when it comes to the fashion, slay them hoes like a drag. You like it, leave a cash. Or hate me with the passion, cause my life is like a fairy tale. My cherry got 400 houses on top of the world. Harry got the name is Chanel. Don't get your man caught in this carousel. Come with me, I'll show you amazing things. Come on, and be nice. Be nice. Don't I look so dazzling? Don't I make it look so dazzling? Yeah. Ain't my life so dazzling? Ain't my wrist so dazzling? Don't it look so dazzling? Don't I look so dazzling? Oh, baby, ain't my life so dazzling? Oh, yeah, so dazzling.
Raindrops fall like the amigos. In the back of my mind, I ain't trying to shoot all these free throws. I'm checking, trying to be gangster, not a win. Get not a sin. Nice shoes, but your pocketbook seems to have a lot of lint. Hot mink, damn what you driving then. And you look like a model, and I'm just trying to make you fly. Cause you know what I want, U-N-I-T-Y. And I use the term loosely. All you wanted to do is buy Gucci or a Birkin bag of that Louis.
Come with me, I'll show you amazing things. Come on, and be nice. Be nice. Don't I look so dazzling? Don't I make it look so dazzling? Yeah. Ain't my eyes so dazzling? Ain't my wrist so dazzling? Don't I look so dazzling? Don't I look so dazzling? Oh, baby, ain't my life so dazzling? Oh, yeah, so dazzling.
It's time to get up and get ready for the hottest morning show in the ATL. It's the Wake, Bake, and Coffee Morning Show live with Georgia First Black Governor. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you the most interactive radio show live. We bring the hottest news, the illest independent artists, and a whole lot of love, baby. Okay. Time to get up, roll up, sit back, and ride to the Wake, Bake, and Coffee Morning Show with your host, Georgia's First Black Governor. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Wake, Bake, and Coffee Morning Show. I be's your host, Georgia First Black Governor. I'm grateful to be in the building this morning. Are you grateful to be alive this morning? If you are, give all praises to God and give him the glory. I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful for my first lady. I'm grateful for our children, our parents, our siblings. And I'm grateful for each and every one of you that are here, tuning in and rocking out with me on the Wake, Bake, and Coffee Morning Show. We're waiting on Mama Quita to come in. No, sorry. Yes. So we're waiting on Mama Quita to come in. She has some family business to attend. So we gonna carry this thing until she get here. Y'all know it's the Mama Quita takeover. It is the Love Series, right? And y'all know how we get down on the Love Series. We get real and we become honest here on the Wake, Bake, and Coffee Morning Show. So again, I'm thankful for everybody that's tuning in, that's watching, that's rocking out with us right here on the Wake, Bake, and Coffee Morning Show. It's Women's Month. I didn't know until a couple of years ago that women had a month. And it's crazy how it's right at the Black History Month. And then soon as Women's Month is over, we go into the month of love, which is April, because that's spring. And then right after that is Mother's Day. Well, congratulations, women. It's Women's Month. And I'm pretty sure through the month we're gonna highlight women. And women have been the backbone of a lot of accomplishments. Women have been the quiet, ones, I can say. The ones who have been behind the scenes, the ones who make things happen. Women play a very, very powerful role in this world. And a lot of times women go unrecognized. So, and sometimes we put a lot on women. And I know, as a man, I've been guilty of that. You know, I put a lot on, well, I don't try to put a lot on my first lady. I try not to make a move without her knowing, if that makes sense. And sometimes she doesn't really have to know. And sometimes I don't make a move. And sometimes she thinks that I don't want to make a move, or I want to place all the responsibility on her. And it's not that. It's more so when you know your partner. See, my first lady like to know everything that's going down. Whether good, bad, or ugly, she wants to know. She doesn't want to know half the story. So sometimes I don't make a move because, yeah, I be waiting on her so we can sit down and we can discuss it. And true, men, I'm gonna be honest, we do need to start taking more. And it doesn't make you less than a man to start taking more initiative. It doesn't. I think that a lot of the things that women wouldn't mind us taking the lead on would be the same things that we would have to take lead on if she wasn't there. So I'm learning. This is all a growth for me, just as is a growth for anyone. Because I could tell you, this is probably one of the most real relationships I've been in. So, and it's very serious and it's very real. There is no underlining in the situation. So, big up to the women. Yeah, let's big up the women, because the women go through a lot. Women go through a lot. I must say, women go through a lot. And they are more valuable than what we give them. Women are more valuable than what we give them. Which leads me into Portia Kirkland words of wisdom for today. It says, keep this in mind. A woman's heart can be broken way before she has a boyfriend. If you were dating a girl who doesn't know her father, or doesn't think her father cares, or like her, or her heart is already broken. So if you're the first, the fifth, or the 10th dude to promise her love and dip out, she has no idea what love is. Many will assume sex is love. This is just an FYI. PKFake.com. Keep in mind that a woman's heart can be broken way before you even come into the picture. Whether you're the first dude, the 5th dude, the 6th dude, the 10th dude, the last dude. And she starts this off as with the girl-father relationship. I'm going to extend this out just a little bit. Because you can have a great father-daughter relationship. However, if that woman has experienced betrayal, heartache, misguidedness from outside of her dad, from men, the only man she will respect and honor will be her dad. And however, depending on how he moves, will depend on how she look at him and on the outside. Because see, a lot of women do have good father-daughter relationships. They have just had bad relationships outside of their father-daughter relationship. Because a lot of daughters look, if you have a father-daughter relationship, you pretty much look for a man similar to your dad. Especially if you love and respect him. But you can't hold a man accountable to sit, or you can't expect the man to be like your dad. Now they may have similarities, because a lot of men have similarities, just as a lot of women have similarities. But I think that is her interpretation and in her expectation and how she view men. And if one dude has come in and done her wrong, the only person as a man she can confide in will probably be her dad. And if that is the case, now she look at other men differently, completely. And know that if she hasn't completely healed from any heartbreak, because even based on what Portia is saying, that her heart could be broken way before she has a boyfriend, especially if she doesn't know her father, they have a rocky relationship, it can start then. But the thing is, has she forgiven her father? Has she tried to forgive her dad? Has she tried to seek forgiveness, seek truth, try to seek some type of understanding? Because some women hold on to a grudge for a long time. And while she's holding on to that grudge against one individual, little does she know it's everybody's getting a piece of the grudge. And she doesn't know she's passing out the grudge. And that's the same thing for men. You could be holding a grudge, and you would now hold this grudge that you got against this one individual against every other individual that you come across. So keep this in mind. Every little girl started off as a good girl, and every little boy started off as a good boy. It's what happens to them on the journey. Because believe it or not, every little boy has had his heart broken. But nobody's gonna mention that, because now that makes you feel weak. But every little boy has had his heart broken. So keep that in mind too. So Miss Portia Kirkman, words of wisdom for the day. Keep this in mind. Every woman's heart can be broken way before she has a boyfriend. Even if you're dating a girl who doesn't know her father, doesn't think her father cares or like her, her heart is already broken. So if you're the first or fifth attempt dude to promise to love and dip out, she has no idea what love is. Many assume sex is love. But Miss Portia, I can add this to it. Keep this in mind, ladies, that a man's heart can be broken way before he has a girlfriend. See, if you're dating a guy, and if he doesn't know who his father is, the question now becomes, what men role models have taught him to be a man? What men role models have he had to know how to deal with women? And what type of mother did he have as an example of what a woman is? And how many women, there's a lot of men, believe it or not, married or not, that just don't trust women, because every little boy has had his heart broken. We'll be back with more of the Wake Bacon Coffee Morning Show right after this.
I'll die for you. So much that we've been through, I don't wanna lose you. But give my life to you. What do I have to do? Do you need proof? Give me the calico. Gotta go. I'll be dressed up good in a suit. Through my name when I come loose, and the bullet goes boom boom. Said it go boom boom. I'll be dressed up good in the best suit. Through my name when I put it loose, and the bullet goes boom boom.
You tell your friends that I'm crazy. Well, shit, I'm crazy. Yeah, used to be baby. This don't feel right. This don't feel good. I let you inside, then you took everything you could. You see my heart change the pain. Was the fist to watch you leave me. They say my heart breaks. No shit, don't break even. got me pussy in your mouth, I can't but the law. Just why we fall, cause you don't love me. You don't love me. I need something from my heart, no matter what the cost. What we had is lost, cause you don't love me. Yeah, you don't love me anymore. I remember when it all took a change. I let you play the game on me, telling me you wanted it the same. You didn't wanna be lonely, well I guess you had your way. What a big mistake, such a cold case of love. You told me all you had was us, now you don't even give a fuck. Girl, you got me right. Pussy in your mouth, I can't but the law. Just why we fall, cause you don't love me. You don't love me. I need something from my heart, no matter what the cost. What we had is lost, cause you don't love me. Yeah, you don't love me.
Now I know sometimes I treat you bad, but I ain't do nothing that you didn't do. Plus the wrongs don't make them right, and you always put a fight. When I was only focused on loving you, you thought it was mutual. You realize it wasn't real, everybody ain't loyal. So what's the deal? What the problem really was, loving what you really feel. Instead of trying to help us change, you was busy being ill. I was busy working, trying to build. You constantly fussing about the past, knowing I give you my last. You told me I was forever, so I worked on getting better. But when I tried to change, your negative sticks.
You got me buying pussy in your mouth, I can't but the law. Just why we fall, cause you don't love me. Yeah, you don't love me. I need something from my heart, no matter what the cost. What we had is lost, cause you don't love me. Yeah, you don't love me anymore. You took it away.
Guess how to burn you down. I heard you had another burden now. I bet you're gonna leave me when I'm not around. If I can't get it, I ain't hurting now.
Yeah, I wanted a life partner, and now I'm regretting it.
Life is between more than like bird. So life is so life make us get money, that great well. This is how we will find the wife, find the blessing. So why should a man from a man to be blessing me no more? I can't feel like I don't deserve. I've never dreamt to be a drunkard, but now alcohol is now. Just because I like the way I do feed me house. My respect has to feed now. But to keep you stay and never gonna change. You leave me with nothing but pain. Things are getting worse. Why you say happiness today is also you did where you did. You say better ways, now things are getting worse where you did. Happiness today is also you did where you did. The first time I met you, you told me that I'd be your one. Baby, the first time I met you, oh, you told me that I'd be your number one. My phone will cry every minute. You wanna hear my voice to start talking. And then my yada, I'm a daughter from my baby. Ooh, yeah. You knew you deserved someone better, so why did you marry me? You promised me that now I'm going to hell. Now baby, dear, oh baby, don't worry, Unina weary, new remember for better words. You go there you did. You promised you stay. You never go away. For better words, nothing against you where you did. You say happiness today is all you go there where you did. You say for better words, nothing against you where you did. Happiness today is all you go there where you did.
Love is not made broken. Love is sacrifice. Love is pain, then love is joy. When we love in the beginning, we love till the end. And that is the way things are meant to be.
Yes, that was my man Kenya, all the way from Nigeria, from Ghana. I'm sorry, pardon. It's my man Kenya, all the way from Ghana. With for better or worse. How y'all doing this morning? Welcome to the Wake Baby Coffee Morning Show. We waiting on Mama Quita. She'll be here soon. So, we on the love series. So, how's everybody doing this morning? Yeah, man. It's the love series. Big Juice, how you doing? Who else is in the building? Watching this morning. Who else is in the building? I got Big Juice. Who else is in here? Do for better, for worse. The things are getting worse. Hey man, listen. We gotta start praying for our relationships. If you're in a relationship, you're in a marriage, you wanna be with that person, you gotta start praying for it. You gotta start fighting for it. You gotta start praying for it. Listen, let me tell you something that I know, that I thought was a lie, but it's not a lie. It is the truth. If you're trying to do right, and you trying to get it together, the enemy will come in and break shot in your house. Then he will use the littlest thing to wreck shop in a house. So you know when you're trying to move towards good, because then that's when everything starts coming against you. If you love the one you with, pray for them. Pray with them. If you're trying to make it work, if you're married, you're trying to get married, you're trying to build, listen to me. Pray for your significant other. I heard a message from a minister yesterday, and he said that what they say is America was built by Christians, which isn't true. Really, these people were Masons and Luciferians and whatever. But anyway, so he was saying that to say that the reason why the New World Order can't do what it's supposed to do is because of America. And it's not because of American politics, it's because of American Christians. Because they truly know what's going on. And American Christians truly pray. And the scripture says when you pray, it keeps the enemy at bay. So the reason why America hasn't been taken over is because you got praying people in America that's keeping the enemy at bay. So it made me think now just about relationships. Your husband, your wife, your significant other, your fiancés, the one you want to spend the rest of your life with. You got to pray for them. And you got to pray sincerely for them. It's no use of fighting with an individual that you love. You pray and ask God to intervene in the individual that you love. You said R. Kelly is back in jail again. Will he ever get out? I don't know, bitches. Because you have to take in consideration, since we're talking about praying and love. R. Kelly had people praying for him the first time, and he had a praying mother the first time. She passed away. He went off the rocker and good morning, Miss Graham, and then he came back again, and people prayed for him, and he was free, and then he got married. But as much as he was asking God for forgiveness for his wrongs, he wasn't praying for the covenant for his marriage, because he was still doing wrong even in the marriage. So now, as he said, people are digging up his past from 20 years ago and putting him on a chopping block. At the end of the day, Big Juice, I don't know what's going to happen to R. Kelly. Only thing I can do is pray for the man and ask God to really show up in his life. Because you can only, God is only going to allow you to do so much before he sits you down. He's only going to keep playing his game with you for so long before he sits you down. And that's pretty much how it goes. So, I don't know R. Kelly's fate. I can't really say what R. Kelly's fate gonna be. All I know is this: the man done been saved 3, 4, 5, 6 times in the past. Now you keep doing what you're doing, and another thing y'all gotta take into consideration. No, what I'm saying is, if you keep doing what you're doing, now the problem I'm having with R. Kelly is it's not the women that's coming out on R. Kelly. It's the parents of these women that are coming out on R. Kelly. Parents who took money. Parents who, I think, pimp their daughters out, pimp their children out. I can't, everybody want to put all the blame on R. Kelly.
He been wrong. They should have did this to him years ago. Do not take that man's money and drag him through the mud.
Right. And 20 years, now you want to prosecute.
Wrong. All they doing is attacking the credibility of black men.
Right.
That's what they're doing for free.
And my biggest thing with R. Kelly is, if y'all was going to shut R. Kelly down, y'all should have did it during the Aaliyah situation.
Everybody knew about the Aaliyah situation.
And the reason why niggas didn't shut that shit down, because everybody was getting paid. The mama was getting paid, the uncle was getting paid, niggas was making money. And not only were they making money off R. Kelly, these niggas had all R. Kelly rights. Now, I'm telling you why they now prosecuting R. Kelly. Because now in the New York Times, you know what it says? And they got Michael Jackson and R. Kelly picture up, and now they're saying, are these people really criminals, or are these people sick? That's the question that's on the table. Guess what? We'll get into that when we be right back. We'll be right back and Coffee on the show.
Spotify can play. Alright. So this next song.
That back in the day, these songs of heritage that they say
Mama
with racial undertone. Oh man.
Mama Queenie is sideways. What it do? Welcome back to the Way Back Golf Morning Show. Good morning, Miss Chrissy. Welcome back, Big Juice. Before we went to break, we was talking about R. Kelly. There we go. We was talking about R. Kelly, and Big Juice was asking about R. Kelly, and I had an outside source that knows a lot about. Oh, let me put my headphones back in. I'm sorry. I'm going all over the place. There's an outside source that I know that can really truly verify a lot of this R. Kelly situation.
Okay.
So, hey, Mama Queen.
Hey, I'm sorry, y'all. I had to deal with stuff with my kids, my daughter today.
It's all right, Mama Queen. It's all right. Maybe the numbers will go back up.
All right.
They popped in. Oh, Mama Queen ain't here. Gotta go.
You know what? I
They
can't
was
with
singing
you.
Mario on the way out.
Oh, Lord.
Don't cry, girl. Don't cry. But honestly, back to this R. Kelly thing real quick. Big Juice. I think they Mama Quita has said this. And my outside source just said this. They attacking the black man. And I'm gonna tell you why we up first. I'm gonna tell you why we up first. We are up first because we have always and will be a threat to the governing body. It's no disrespect to white men, Asian men, or no other man, because guess what? They coming to get you too. Oh, they coming to
It's
get
at
you
a slower pace.
This is gonna be a little slower. See, but they got to knock the Negro out the box. Why? It's something special about that Negro. He just won't seem to go nowhere. He's smart, he quick, he witty. And all he got to do is learn how to read and comprehend and learn how to do math up to algebra, and he dangerous. He's dangerous. Oh, and by the way, as much as we might not want to admit it, he most spiritually connected than just about any other creature creation on this planet. And it's no disrespect to nobody else, because I ain't here to disrespect nobody else. But what I'm trying to say is this. It's gateway hunting season for the Negro. They just put Michael Jackson's picture up in the New York Times and said, hey, is pedophilia a crime or is they sick? Now they going after R. Kelly again. You know why they going after R. Kelly? Cause the deeper thing is pedophilia. But right now, the black man is on the hunting block. Because, like I said, if you give, all you got to do is give a black man two things. The ability to know how to read and comprehend. And if he know how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide, he dangerous. It's game over.
Game over. Game over.
They got R. Kelly on the block because R. Kelly. Oh, Speaking of R. Kelly, where you at, Big Juice? My outside source. I'm gonna go back. I was having a conversation with my outside source. And the head lady that led that Lifetime series, the one from Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My outside source said he's known her since they was 16. They went to school together.
I think she said that. I think she said she's known him since they were young. I heard her say that.
No, but my outside source know her. They went to school together.
Mm-hmm.
He said R. Kelly showed up when they was about 16. Remember the song he did with Keith Murray? It's gonna be a party, y'all.
I don't remember.
Okay, but anyway, it was a nice little club banger. It was out during the time we was in high school. Now,
okay,
this girl mama knew. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Her mama knew the situation. Her mama done invited the man to the house, cooked and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So wait a minute. Mama Quita, Miss Chrissy, and to all the women that's in the building, are you gonna invite a grown man to your house and cook dinner and entertain this man, knowing that your child is underage? I'm just asking a question.
No, not if I don't know you like that. You ain't coming to my house because I don't want you looking at my kids.
Oh, he done already looked at your kids. He done already gave her a car. He done already broke some bread. He done did all that good stuff. And now he coming over to meet the family. He coming over to
So in other words, he coming over to see how close you gonna allow him to get to your daughter.
Boy, okay. Somebody on the show alive this morning in a way. It ain't just me.
He trying to see just how far you gonna go. Cause he done been at this for a while. He know.
He done already had the cook.
Right.
Listen.
Did you say at the end of the day he's still a man proven guilty or not?
Wait a minute.
If guilty, he should do his time. And that's the bottom line.
This same young woman that's sitting on the news crying, that's behind this Lifetime show, she married. Not only is she married, the house that her husband, and her mama live in, R. Kelly bought.
Oh, wow.
R. Kelly put up the money for that house.
Wow.
I got the outside source that know the truth. You know the street know the truth.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. So now, because the mortgage payments done cut off, you got married and had some babies. So now you need some more money. So now you cook up the Lifetime story. Now you done put this man on motherfucking chop block. I'm sorry, excuse me. Now you done put this man on the chopping block. Oh, because the money done ran out. R. Kelly ain't had it hit since the Cookie song, and that was like 5-6 years ago. Why you think the man back on tour?
Because he needs some more money.
Oh, now, wait a minute. Now, he got women trapped in the house that the parents can't get to, but the girls out shopping. The man doing an interview the girl in the background of the interview. This is all on YouTube. I'm trying to figure out why we had hunting R. Kelly. And now since they had hunting R. Kelly, now they had hunting Michael Jackson. And this man ain't even here to defend himself. And you know who here to defend this man? His children. And they still children.
Uh-huh.
Come on now. Now you gotta understand how his children grew up. Oh, your dad like children. Come on, man. Stop playing games.
And he ain't here to tell him nothing.
He ain't here to say nothing. But these the same two little boys who said their parents made them lie. Now all of a sudden you got an HBO special. And what's crazy to me is Oprah sided with you. I told y'all, but look, liberals take sides to push their agenda. 1 minute they over here, and now they over here. Y'all better wake up and get you some good Folgers. Folgers, huh? Proud sponsor of the Wake Up Coffee Morning Show. Cause I want to know if the chick in the ATL would come on the Wake Bacon Coffee Morning Show. Would she talk to me? Oh, and I'm not gonna put my source on the camera, but I wanna, but they'll be in the building. You be able to hear. So I wanna know if she be able to answer them questions. Come on, man, stop playing games. If you gonna tell the truth, supposed to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
So help me.
So help you God. Don't spin it so it sounds great. But at the end of the day, he's still a man proven guilty or not. If he's guilty, he should do his time, and that's the bottom line. If you already know R. Kelly, baby mama's got pays like R. Kelly is, and that's the bottom line. Well, R. Kelly, listen, man. My thing is this. Who's this? And the question came up this morning from the source. Who's to say this man is still out here doing this? Who's to say he was? And even like he said, the camera's on me, so why am I gonna lock somebody up in the house? And the same person y'all said I locked up in the house, they out here shopping. And they locked up. He said, y'all make it sound like I got children stashed in the basement. That's what he said. That's the part of the interview that I saw that they was trying to recap on TV. But see, I want to go back and see the interview myself because I don't believe shit that come on TV.
I haven't seen the whole interview. I just keep seeing chop.
Right, but see, but that's what I'm talking about. They only going to chop what they ready to spit. You only gonna chop what you ready to spend. Same thing I said years ago. I said if I was standing in Pittsburgh, really running for governor of Georgia, and a white dude come up and say, "Fuck you, nigga," and
they gonna block him out
and start pounding and start Donkey Konging on him. And I say, hey, 30 years ago, you would have never been able to come down here and say that. Because 30 years ago, the police used to leave this neighborhood when the sun went down. What are you talking about? 30 years ago, you would have, and 30 years ago, if you did come down here and say this, you would have left out of here in a body bag. I said, and that would have been truthful facts. Even though it was said out of hate, it would have been truth.
But they would have put a spin on it. So you would have looked like the bad person, not what he said.
Right, they would have put a spin on it. They would have never showed you what he said. They would have just said, it was a white guy out here and I threw him up out of the crowd. Doesn't that sound familiar?
Yep.
Oh, okay. That's why I tell you, I don't believe none of the media say. That's why When my phone go off at 2 o'clock in the morning and it's Wall Street, the New York Times, the Financial Times, the BBC, the AP, this one, they all going off at the same time, giving me the exact same headline. Breaking news. And if you read it, it'll tell you where they got the actual source from. Because it'll say, article from the Associated Press, assisted by the writer of the New York Times. It says the same thing for each one. So why should I read your article? I should just go directly to the source. Oh, this came from Rutgers. So why read your article? Because your article is going to have a spin on what the actual article was actually, how it was actually reported. And now, you got the Me Too movement, you got the pedophilia movement, you got the get the Negro out the way movement. Because listen, once they shut down the black man, it's open the season for the rest of y'all.
Believe that. Believe it.
See, the reason why we got to go first, because we're the biggest problem. See, the rest of y'all just gonna go. They ain't gonna. Besides some of these rednecks, they got some. They lock loaded. They ready.
Yeah, they ready. They ready.
I had a white dude. He just every day at work. Well, he worked for the. Actually, he worked for the government. He worked for the CDC. But he was showing me his whole weapon collection. I said, well, look here. He said, I got black friends, I'm gonna tell you. White folks ain't loading weapons like this for black folk. We actually encouraging black folks to get weapons themselves. He said, because it's about the government. It's about to show up at the front door. And
he ain't lying. He know.
That's why they can come snatch up R. Kelly. That's why they can talk shit about Michael Jackson. That's why they can shoot black boys in the middle of the street. It's why they can sing down the road 65 years. And ain't nobody gonna say nothing. It's why you can go to prison on a chunked up charge. Cause we ain't lined up like that. And the ones who are lined up like that, shit, we pointing at each other. Imagine if the Crips and Bloods truly did it for us.
Oh, what you say?
With that Black Panther Party mindset.
And that's why they want to keep us divided, because we would be more than they could handle.
Oh, it'll be a problem if we truly
oh yeah.
Together.
Oh yeah.
I know that.
They know that. That's why they gotta keep us where we are.
They know that. Oh, they definitely know that. We will listen. Problem. You know what would really be. You know what really would mess them up. As soon as we start killing each other in the middle of the street.
Man, stop it.
If we went 30 days in the United States of America with no bloodshed, with black on black crime, they would have to change their whole
man, please. They
listen,
wouldn't even know. That would baffle them so much they wouldn't know what to do.
Listen, I did a song about 13 years ago called Pull Your Pants Up. This is when the shit started. So, but the song was telling niggas, I got a call from City Council, Caesar Mitchell. He wanted to use the song because the city of Atlanta was trying to pass a law where they was going to fine you $50 to catch your pants.
I remember that. I
told him you can't use my song for that. my song, I said as an artist, I believe in freedom of expression. To me, that's freedom of expression. Number two, who gonna pay the fine? Because these cats 12, 13, 14 years old, it goes to the
The
mom.
parent.
Number three, you can't use my song because my song is talking about pull your pants up because you fit every major, you fit the description of every major crime in this city. Not because you want to find somebody. Nah, this how they tricking you off the street, because all it takes is somebody to say, oh, black male, white tee, saggy pants. That means every black dude walking around, you already guilty when the police pull up on you because you fit the description of the crimes that they ain't solved yet.
Already.
I got pulled over. I was walking through downtown Stone Mountain. And you know Negroes ain't allowed downtown Stone Mountain. And I was listen, besides a black woman, I was the only black dude that lived in downtown Stone Mountain. My first 30 days, I got stopped by police every day. One time I got stopped, police pulled up. He said, "Can I see your ID?" I said, "For what?" He said, "Oh, because there was a robbery." I said, "What's the suspect description?" "Oh, white tee, blue jeans." I said, "That's every nigga in Atlanta. You ain't got no special identification marks. You ain't got, you know." I said, "Because my dad's the police. So you're going to need more than just a white tee and some jeans. It got to be..." Because I'm in a white t-shirt. I pulled up a shirt. I ain't got no tattoos. I ain't got no pistols. None. So it got to be something else. Especially if you said this robbery was real. This was a reported robbery. So that means that somebody was there to give a description. Stop. Who you playing with?
That's right.
Threw them all off. Threw them off his game. Well, what about him? I said, he white. What? My homie. He white. I said, and he had on a white t-shirt and some jeans. I had on a black t-shirt and some jeans. I said, well, then why you asking him for ID? He white. He definitely don't fit the description. You said black, white tee, jeans. He a white guy. So why you asking him for his ID? And he like, come on, bless, man, just give me ID. Nah, man, put your ID back in your wallet. Stop playing. Why you asking him for his ID? He white. Oh, he look 13. I said, so what you think? I said, so what you think? I'm out here recruiting the Klan? What you think I'm out here?
Oh Lord.
What you think I'm out here recruiting the Klan? What we doing? We shaking hands, we calling it peace ride, like, what's poppin'? I said, come on, man. Here you go, bro. So I ain't gonna leave fuck with you. I said, you got my white boy scared. He over here shaking. You walking around with your hand on your pistol. That really don't scare me, but so you don't accidentally shoot the white boy and you lose your job. Here you go. It's hunting season on our families and pedophilia. Oh, I told you that was coming. And it's crazy they using Michael Jackson's face. And like my source said, they ain't say nothing about Charlie Sheen. This man running around here getting folks HIV. Willingly, knowingly.
Yep.
Big Juice said, you know you can't recruit no Klan. That's what I was asking to do. What you think I'm out here doing, Big Juice? Recruiting the Klan? Like...
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
But believe it or not, I'm considered domestic terrorists. But the Klan is considered a religious group. And you would think, since the Democratic Party so much love black people, that they would have, that they have the power to change that. But
you have to want to change something in order for it to change.
But that should just be something that they should. But you claim that you out here for the black struggle, and there's still a group that you refuse to put on the hate group list. It takes outside organizations to put the Klan on the hate group list. But the government hasn't. Get something to think about. Listen, they trying to come get us,
They are. You all have been the target because you are. That's why they ripped y'all out of the families from the start. From the start.
Because they know we ain't gonna tolerate no foolishness.
That's right.
But we got one curse on our head, though, Mama Queen, today. Now it's the curse of Adam. For all victims that wrong. Because men do things for the love of their women that they probably never do. You would leave out the house and leave your kids behind because she said this would probably be a great idea because
and then she can get some help.
Right. And because see, a long time ago they would just snatch you out. Now they can't just snatch you out. And so now, since the getting was good, and then you had the no good Negroes who was just leaving anyway.
Absolutely.
Then the narrative became, you don't really need no man.
Absolutely.
You can be an independent woman. The crazy thing is, you was created for a man.
That's right.
Your sole purpose of being on this planet was to be a helpmeet for some man that God had already put here on this.
It's funny you say that because that was gonna be what we were gonna talk about before I got so rudely interrupted this morning.
And it's crazy you say that because this morning I started off the show saying we need to start praying for our relationships. Because if you doing right on your own, and if your woman doing right on her own, and then if y'all trying to do right together, and y'all trying to build something. Oh, and by the way, if God is that foundation, and you trying to make God that foundation, the enemy is trying to break that foundation. So I started off the show saying we need to start praying for our significant others. Because I listened to a message yesterday. And I was from a minister, and he was saying that a lot of people think the founding fathers were Christians, but they weren't. They were Masons. However, they used the Bible to establish America.
That's right.
The crazy thing is, when you think of the New World Order, the reason why it hasn't taken place is because America is in the way. And it's not because of our leaders, it's because of the praying Christians that know what's going on in America. So when you got Christians that know what's going on in America, they already know the key thing to do is start praying. And when you start praying, that keeps the enemy away.
Keeps him at bay. That's right.
So the more they pray, the more the enemy is staying back from America. That is the reason why it hasn't manifested itself.
That's right.
That's why he got the. And if you listen to Marcus Rogers, he'll tell you the devil just needed to get his hand in. Then he was able to get a foot in. Then he was able to get this part in. So, because, we took this out, we did that out, we did this, we did that, we did that, boom. So now he can break down America.
That's it.
So now, I said, if you look at your relationship,
same thing.
If y'all praying, it keeps the enemy at bay. And you can see him when he's coming. So now you stay prayed up.
The power of a praying wife, and the power of a praying husband, and the power of a praying parent. Susie Orman, I tell y'all, get all her Power of a Prayer books, all of them. All of them.
Prayer do something. Because when you're trying to do right, the enemy would take something so minute
and blow it up. Boom. Blow it up.
The enemy would take something so minute.
That's right.
And it'll kill the blessing.
Overpower it.
You gotta stay in prayer for your significant other.
Prayer keeps your mind from being unclogged, because when you're outside of prayer, that means the enemy has a playground.
Right.
Prayer is your at bay area. It said, resist the devil and he shall flee. Well, without prayer, you're not resisting. That's why he got to keep you distracted from prayer.
I pray for mine, because he tricky. He use hard, because he know that's the closest thing to me.
Absolutely.
And he know I do anything for her.
Absolutely.
And he know if I was financially set, she'd be upstairs. She wouldn't even be going. Or if she is, she be going to do what you want to do at that point. You know, go work out, and you want to go volunteer, those things she want to do, go work with children and all of that. Oh, okay. I ain't got a problem holding it down. See, he'll take something small. That's miscommunication. Or a lack of understanding. So I stay praying for mine. I refuse to let you use mine. I stay praying for mine. I stay rebuking demons and devils and certain spirits away from mine. I advise you to do the same for yours.
That's right.
And you gotta do it for each other. Because look, this is what I like.
Got to. Got
if there's something that I want from the other person and they understand it and they try it, but it kind of goes against their understanding, but they try it because it's something that you wanted them to try. And if it fades, that means that you didn't pray for that change. You just asked that person for that change. See, sometimes women like to know everything. They like details. Women like details. So, men don't usually give up details. They usually give you a synopsis.
big picture versus small picture.
Right. Men usually give synopsis. Women want the whole transcript. So, and sometimes you can want to do something. Like, for example, groceries. I can order groceries for the house. But then, if I forget something or leave something off, I know that's gonna get, that ain't gonna be a problem, but I'm gonna hit something by it though. You see what I'm saying? So, I'd rather sit down with you and do it together. So none get left though. Now, one of my biggest downfalls is I don't bring stuff to the table. I typically wait for things to get brought to the table. So I've been praying on that. It's like, oh, you know this needs to be done. You don't come to the table with it. But then I be thinking, well, if I come to the table, usually I'm gonna go ahead and do it. But I have to learn to start bringing things to the table. So, if the roles were reversed, and I'd be like, I wish you would just bring things to the table. Instead of arguing and fussing about it, I just go to God about it. And say, Lord, just give her the ability to bring things to the table. Give her the ability, just when something pops off. Same thing with me. Lord, give me the ability to start talking more, bringing things more to the table and saying, hey, we need to take care of this.
If we learn how to go to God more than we learn how to fuss or go to our friends, a lot of the issues that we have will be obsolete. But because it's a physical thing, a lot of us rather go, oh, let me go talk to this friend, or let me pop off at the mouth because maybe if I fuss enough, he gonna change and he gonna do what I want him to do. No, that ain't how. That's not. We can't physically change someone, and if it's gonna be in true change from within, he the only one who can do that. So take that to the man upstairs. That's it.
Now, so, Mama Queen, you said what we was gonna talk about for today.
Oh, I have an issue, and my issue is with the ladies about I don't need. Oh, I had a call coming in. I had to decline. I'm sorry. It was, I don't need no man. I can be mama and daddy too, and I can do this by myself. I've been by myself since 2010. It's not possible. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that single mothers can't raise kids in the way that they need to be raised. It has been done. I'm not saying that single fathers can't do their best at raising kids in the way that they need to be done. We have to do what we have to do. Nobody asks for this hand. Nobody has asked for this hand. You don't go into it saying, I'm going to be a single mom or I'm going to be a single dad. You don't go into it like that. But when it's given to you, you have to go with what you have.
Right.
But for you to sit there and say, my kids don't need no daddy because I'm their mama and their daddy. No. You're not a man. You can't teach a boy how to be a man. You can teach a boy how to treat a woman to a certain extent, but you can't teach that boy how to be a man.
No.
Because you don't know what it means to be a man. You don't know what it's like to be a man. You've never walked in a man's shoes.
Just, but they got new laws now that you can say you're a man for like a week.
Even with that, and I hate that somebody gonna be mad at me for saying this. I don't care how much you think even changing yourself into a man, you're still not a man. You're still not going to physically go through what a man goes through. You're still not going to mentally go through what a man goes through. I'm sorry. Yes, you may feel some of it, but you'll never understand or know what it is to be a man. Or the opposite.
Right.
You'll never know what it is to be a woman, especially with the physical part.
Not even, and I was going to say, in some aspects, I really don't want to know what's that like.
And most people don't want to know. Sorry.
Chrissy said, boy, bye, saying you a man when I make. But that's what they doing now. Hey, look, they got them identify laws now. I identify as. So, hey, listen, hey.
Crazy.
I'm just saying, hey, look, I'm just covering all bases. I'm just covering all the bases. That's all.
Child, like Kristen said, boy, bye. Stop playing with yourself.
I'm just covering. Look, we can't. Look, we'll get kicked off YouTube not being inclusive.
We're not being whatever. Whatever. I'm trying to be politically correct right now. You cannot make yourself. I'm trying to say this in a politically correct way with still going against the political thinking. You can, Kristen said, you can identify as whatever you want, but that does not make it true. Point blank. Because physically, you will never be that. I don't care. Even with them trying to give you a room and taking away all of that, you still not going to go through what a woman goes through physically. Because you don't have the proper equipment on the inside, and they can give you whatever they want you to have on the outside. But if that inside ain't right, it ain't there.
Even when we did that story of the man having a womb and planning, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to figure out how does that work. What if I want to be a pony? Does that mean?
That's what I was looking at. Exactly. Period, point blank. Exactly.
The 65-year-old man identifies as a 5-year-old little girl. He got the pacifier in the joint. Listen, psychologically, you will not be a different gender. Oh, that I get. Listen.
Period, point blank.
I agree with you and Mama Quita. I'm just
Period, point blank.
Just for YouTube purposes, I'm just not trying to leave anybody out. I want everybody to come in and get the truth. Because see, if I don't leave you out, then you come in and you get some truth. One or two things are going to happen. Either you truly going to change for better, or you going to flag me, give me the finger, say I'm this, say I'm a hater. So, hey, listen, at least I give you the opportunity.
That's right.
He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit has to say. So if I allow you to feel you inclusive, that's just how it works. I just want to cover the bases.
But we're not excluding anyone. We're just giving you what it is, and we're being honest. Whereas other folks want to fluff, they want to give you, they want to say what you want to hear, and it's just not possible. I'm sorry.
So, but I'm just trying to figure out these dudes, the guy that got the womb, is he gonna have a period later?
See, that's what I'm saying right there. Done. My point exactly.
Is he gonna go through the menopause state? Is he gonna go through the cramping, you know, or do he just get to walk around free with a fake vagina that's not his and a womb that belongs to a dead woman? I'm trying to understand, you know. We are in trouble, saints, because it's not stopping at becoming the opposite
gender.
That's what we were saying earlier. Listen. I was trying to explain to all the other men in the world. Once they can show you that they can take down the black male, because most black males are pure alpha. It's just in our DNA. We get a few sprinkles here and there of the beta male, as they call them. But most black men are alpha male, straight out the box. That's why they ain't really got no problem going doing 25 life. They stupid, but they are alpha males. And if they are trained and raised right, and given right teaching and right guidance, they are one of the greatest threats to what's coming to America. And we are more than in trouble. We are already in trouble. As Miss Chrissy said, we are in trouble. Listen, they knocking Christian heads off in China, India.
And it's only a matter of time before they make it over here too.
Oh, it's already here.
I'm talking about on the same scale.
Oh, no. Oh, but think about it. It's almost just as work.
Because
ours is coming through political. See, they might ain't got to take you out in the middle of the street and behead you, but they are castrating you everywhere. Abortion. I didn't hear this story about the man getting this uterus. Yes, it's a man in Brazil. I did it on the show. It's a man in Brazil that he's a transgender, and he already had the full operation. So he wanted to have a baby. So they implanted a uterus in his body from a dead woman. And he gave birth. And now, in South America and in America, they're pushing and saying that it is unethical. Listen, it is unethical for a man to go through a sex change and not be given a womb to bear children. Are you shitting me? Now that's crazy. Yeah, we did that on the Monday show, on the That's Crazy Mondays.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Listen, it's an attack on men, but in America, they got to get the brother out the way. Because we're pretty much everything that everybody want to be like.
If they can break our black men down and get them to accept anything, they can make. You know, we as black people set the culture.
Right.
And once we get to accepting things, everybody else follows suit.
And think about it. They already breaking the black man down. He's the
Absolutely.
puppet. He's the front runner. Look at our entertainers. Look at they putting on dresses and wigs. And they dress up like women. It's already an attack on us. And we breed down to everybody else. So now they ain't got to go after the white dude. They ain't got to go after, because they gon', you know how they gonna get the white guy? Or they gonna get him through the legislation and the court system. Like the father out in Texas who's about to lose custody of his son because when the son is with the mother, he want to call himself Sarah and identify as a little girl.
That's right.
But when he with the daddy, he identifies as a little boy. So now the mama has taken the daddy to the court to sue him for full custody because the daddy don't want to. The daddy refused to identify his little boy as a boy.
That's right.
Daddy, like, look, he was born with a penis in a sack. That's a little boy. And what daddy has a little boy and gonna want to identify his son as a little girl? What?
Not willingly.
What? Oh, okay. So now, how you get the black men? You get them through the entertainment. You get them through TV. How we gonna get the white men?
And through our black women.
And through black women. And how do we get the white man? Oh, because the black men are already portraying this around on TV and making it socially acceptable. We can write it in the law, and once we write it in the law, when the white man come up here and start talking, oh no, this is the law. Oh, we gonna take your kids away, and we gonna lock you up.
Chrissy say black women better make sure we don't get caught up in success and think we don't need our men. That's it right there, Chrissy. That's it right there. That's the whole breakdown right there in a nutshell.
Listen, like I said earlier, the number one thing they don't teach women no more, especially black women, is the fact that you were created to be the helpmeet and the backbone of some man, because where you are strong, God knew he was gonna be weak.
But you know what? Okay, so
not saying you're supposed to be barefoot pregnant. No, I'm not saying that.
No, not at all. But here's the conflict with that. A lot of our younger women have seen because what I'm about to say doesn't go for these millennial parents, and it doesn't go for these. Remember, we was talking about that 80, 86 and below group. Those kids can't really relate to what I'm about to say, but anything and above, y'all know where I'm going with this. So a lot of our young women have seen their black mothers have to be strong and deal with the heartache and the heartbreaks that the black man has left on the woman, which has turned these hearts. So that puts us back at a state where it's not only the woman has to be taught, but the black men need to have stronger communities so that they're teaching. It's an imbalance on both sides.
Right. Oh, I was going to say, we are not excluded. And the reason why we're not excluded is because what we have been taught in the last 60 years is how our ancestors had to survive.
Exactly.
Think about this now.
Exactly.
We haven't updated the survival technique.
Absolutely. That's it right there.
We had them, so it was certain things that men had to do. The woman had the bigger voice because, listen, at any, because the government is making you put the apartment in her name. Do you get what I'm saying? Men are not taught to be established first. You see what I'm saying?
The way it was supposed to be.
To be able to bring her
into.
Right.
That's right.
So, since the narrative have changed, because the narrative have always been to put the women on top, because the women are more easier to manipulate, and women are easier more to seduce, and women are more easier to follow suit out of the fear of her children. Because my question is, why didn't the serpent go to Adam?
Well, the serpent didn't even show up until the man and the woman came together for the purposes of division.
From day one. Because soon as it went down, the fingers started getting pointed.
Absolutely.
Oh, we've been divided for a long time.
That's it.
We've been divided for a long time. And the thing is, due to the fact of our division of the man and woman. That's
right. And because he knows that women are emotional. It's like he's saying, come out your emotions. Emotional and feeling led. Guess what? They can always be manipulated.
Always. Because men move on logic. And if the shit goes, I'm sorry. And if it doesn't sound right from the get-go, we question it right then. Like, what? Huh? Who, what? Let me think about that, bro. But I ain't calling that fool back. That boy, that's crazy. Girl. Dude, baby. Look, dude. I'm not dealing with that. But baby.
Miss Christie say that's the problem that we have. We are too busy pointing fingers at each other that we're not having each other's back. Right.
Killing.
Right.
Listen, like I said, my biggest downfall is I don't bring stuff to the table. So I've been praying for me to be able to say, hey, listen, just something simple. It can be, like I said, the groceries. Baby, I know groceries do. I did a list. Take a look at it. But see, if I say take a look at it and see if you want to add or subtract, I feel that will be an issue. And then if I don't do it at all and wait, then that's the issue. So when you're stuck between the rock and the hard spot, all you can do is pray for each other.
That's it.
Because now there has to be some type of understanding. It's either you're gonna want me to take the lead and you review, or I'm gonna take the lead and go all the way and you just go with how I move. But this is something that I learned. And this is something that I have to understand, especially when it comes to my first lady and any man who deals with a woman with children, a single mother. Let me explain something about a single mom. And single mamas, I don't want y'all to take offense. Please don't take offense. But please understand this is something that I know, and I even see it in my first lady. So, not single ladies, the single mamas.
Single mamas.
And this is something that I know to be true. because single mamas have been in the driver's seat for so long, they refuse to sit in the passenger side. And when they do get in the passenger side, they got one hand on the steering wheel.
And it's not that they refuse to, it's that they have to relearn.
Right. And I was going to say, it's not a disrespect to the single mom. It's the fact that you've been driving this wheel all this time.
They've become acclimated.
Right. When I met my first lady, you had been a single mom for 20 years. Her youngest child was graduating from high school. You see what I'm saying? So she used to being in the driver's seat. She used to taking care of everything.
That's right.
When it's your turn to sit in the passenger seat,
it's a hard adjustment.
It's hard because now you have demands on the driver. And it doesn't matter if you tell him to go left and he go left, you ain't gonna like the way he went left. Because you don't turn left that way. You turn left.
Because she's used to being in control.
And that's the number one thing is that when it to men who dating single moms, sometimes it's gonna be hard for her to lose control, let control. Because she said, like I said, it could be something simple like the groceries. Oh, did you?
Y'all must have had this grocery issue like recently, because you keep on this grocery thing.
Well, but, right, and it's fresh, so it's like with the groceries. You know, it could be. Yeah, like because that's something simple. That's, you know what I'm saying? It's like, do you got a grocery list? Well, no. Why you ain't make the grocery list? Well, because if I make the grocery list and say this, that, and third, and if I leave some off, I'd rather for you to look at it. Well, why I got to review it? You know what we need. Oh, okay. So now you don't review it, and I get the groceries. Now, oh, well, why you get this and why you didn't get that? Well, I had the door open for you to review that, add or subtract. But because she's used to being in control and having it her way, you see what I'm saying? So now that's a battle that I'm still gonna have to fight until she's ready to just say, okay. Because like I told her, you can put people in a rock and a hard spot. Like I got a homeboy, like my homeboy and his girl. She said, "Oh, why you won't come to me?" He said, "Bro, when I go to her to talk to her, he said, I can't approach her. If I don't talk to her, it's a problem. And then when I try to go to her, it's a problem. You know?" He said, I don't get it. I'm trying to figure out how to move. And like, you know, you don't tell me nothing." And he said, "Well, you know," he said, "she doesn't make it easy for me to talk to her. So now you want me to talk to you, but you don't make it easy for me to do it. So how you want me to talk to you?" See, and the thing is, that's logic for a man. Because we're not moving in your emotions. It's like you either want me to come talk to you, you know. Like,
or you don't. And you know what? I can't argue with you. Chrissy said, even going from a single woman to a wife, I had to still learn to fall back sometimes. She said, you need a hug about these groceries. You are absolutely correct. And that's one of the things that I deal with in dealing with a friend that I got going on. When you guys get used to dealing with certain type of women, you don't know how to take a different type of woman. Whereas, like you were saying, she gets on him for not right. You know, there's exceptions. You know, there are exceptions to most, but the majority. But like you were saying, she wants him to come to her, but she doesn't make it easy for him to come to her. And a lot of times as women, that is an issue. That's an issue for us, because it goes back to whatever has happened in the past. I don't know if it's an issue that she had with him. I don't know if it was an issue that she had in the past relationship. I don't know. But it goes back to the past. There's a reason why there's a barrier there, and the reason why she has the attitude, because that's where it comes from. It's all about the attitude. Right. Because you can tell somebody something, but it's not actually what you're telling them. It's in the way, the tone, how you're telling them. When they come to you, how are you reacting? What is your response? What you want? Oh, okay, baby, what you want? Two totally different things.
Right. Same scenario.
So we have to teach and I am so working on doing something once a month, maybe twice a month, where I can get a group of us together so that we can discuss certain things and bring things to the table, because a lot of women just don't know. Like we're sitting here having this open conversation. Their men are over here. The man is having a conversation with you saying, bruh, I can't go to her because she made me feel some type of way when I try to come to her. She over here, she just don't understand, well, why he can't come to me. I feel it's a problem because he can't. Yeah, but you the problem.
But no woman is going to say that. Now, I can't say no woman because my first lady has apologized to me.
I do too.
So I can't say women don't apologize. But what I can say is it's hard for y'all to apologize.
No, it's not. It depends on where that person is in their process. It is not. I apologize to my kids.
Well, it used to be where women don't apologize. That used to be the narrative. Don't expect an apology from a woman. But to be honest, no, my first lady has apologized if she felt like she was wrong. So, but I can say that saying admitting that you're wrong is a great attribute.
It is, but you got to understand that you're wrong.
Right.
It's one thing to know you're wrong and still be bullheaded, but it's something else when you don't understand that you're wrong, or you don't understand that you have an attitude, or you don't understand how his perception is of you.
Right.
And it's not until it's brought to your attention that you realize, hold on, maybe I'm dealing with this wrong. And then when it's brought to your attention, that's when it's quickened, when you're in that moment and you're talking to him. Now it's like, oh, wow. Okay, let me change how I just said that.
Right.
I'm sorry. Baby, what is it that you need? What we need to talk about? So that's what I want to work with these women, because a lot of stuff we just don't know, and in media, it's good to be ratchet.
And I'm gonna tell you this, ladies. Men move on logic, right?
Mm-hmm.
But once you have a man, and an alpha male.
Mm-hmm.
Once he begins to move in emotion, he can become very dangerous and very reckless.
Explain.
Okay. You have a man and a woman. They have a child.
Mm-hmm.
You refuse to let this man see his child. See, he logically don't understand. But now, because of the argument back and forth, you have now riled up an emotion.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he's ready to come see. Do you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now, it can be in a simple argument. Most men are trying to argue with you logically first. But once he starts yelling and screaming and cursing, that means the emotion has gotten involved. And now he can become very reckless. Not saying that he will physically do anything to you, but his mouth can become dangerous. His reactions can become reckless. Not saying he will do anything physically to you, but once a man moves in his emotions, he can become very unstable. Very unstable. Very. And because of that, that's why it says it's okay to get angry, but don't sin. See, it's okay because anger is an emotion. That's why that's why they say when you get upset, you should just go straight to prayer.
Walk away.
Take
it to God.
And go straight into prayer. Because if you continue as a man to say something, we can become very reckless in speech. And
women too.
And women too. And we can and both sides forget they have a vocabulary and we swoop down way into the gutter.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Miss Chrissy said when a woman want a man to communicate like them, they always have a communication problem.
Absolutely.
But you put that on I'm gonna put that shit on a t-shirt.
Absolutely. Yeah, they need to go on the t-shirt for real.
Listen, I thought it was just me. I was like,
no.
Listen, I dated a chick. She said she was big on communication. So then, when it's time to talk about something, she'll send you a 20-page email. But I was just standing right next to you. You just kissed me and said, I'll see you later. You went all the way home to write me a 20-page email. Now I'm sitting in the house reading this email, right? But you just left here to go home, and you could have told me this. Like this 20-page email, we could have had a 15-minute understanding
conversation, right?
But you tell me you big on communication, but then you don't say nothing to me. But then the subject of the email is, I have a problem with this. And then you go, wait a minute, nigga, you just told me you big on communication, but you don't communicate. Or you make it hard to communicate. Who about to sit here and respond to a 20-page email? I'm not about to sit here and read all this shit. And then you call me. Did you get my email? Yeah, I got that 20 pages. I'm not sitting here. Why you tell me all this? You sitting right here next to me. I ain't about to sit here and read no 20-page email. Have you lost your mind? But that's the true statement. Women who want men to communicate, they always have a communication problem.
But that's because we have to understand. There's a reason the book was written. Was it Women Are From Venus, Men Are From Mars? There's a reason that book was written.
Listen.
It's a reason why we have to understand that men and women think, logic, analyze differently.
Right.
So there's no way. Not at all. So for us to think that you all are going to do what we do, it is not
20 pages
possible.
It was like a 20-page email of you telling me something that you could have just told me. Like, you just left my house, went home, sat down, typed out a 20-page email to tell me how you feel. Or you had a disagreement with someone when you was just sitting right here next to me. Lovey-dovey, watching TV, whatever we was out doing or whatever. Then you send me a 20-page email to tell, like, you was just in the car with me, or you, man, okay.
Right, we could have had a quick conversation about that and been done with it.
Listen, first, I'm talking to you, Christian, who, no, because we got a lot of Christian folks that watch the show. So I just want to know why do men and women, you Christian men, think that men and women are the same when we was created completely different?
Absolutely.
One came from the ground, one came from a rib. There's a great big difference right there.
Yeah, you can't get no bigger difference than that.
I mean, come on, man. Like, stop playing. You said, nah, I'm not reading no 20-page email. I agree with you, Miss Christie. I'm not doing that. I'm not reading them. When you could have had this conversation with me. No, like I said.
Matter of fact, you on the phone with me now asking me, did I get it? Can we have this conversation now?
Nah. And then I say, yeah, I got the email. Okay, then go and read it and call me back. Or read it and respond. I'm not reading this and doing no. What's the problem? We already on the phone. Man, look here.
Exactly. Exactly.
Just the thought of what you just did got me smoking 2 more cigarettes than I normally do. I need to get off the phone with you. Goodbye. Right. That would be helpful because you're absolutely correct that women are taught to fuss, correct, and look for the lies.
You know what? One of the smartest things, this woman is dead and gone. But a friend of mine, when we were in high school, he took me to meet his mom. And while we were sitting there conversation, she said, baby, let me tell you something about men in relationships. She said, whatever you look for, you're going to find it. Whether it's true or false, whatever you're looking for, you're going to find it. That was one of the most important lessons I ever learned. I didn't understand it at the age of 16.
But you understand it now.
But I understood it when I was going through my marriage. That's when it kicked in.
Whatever you're looking for, you're going to find.
That's right.
Well, my thing is this, though. What are you looking for? Because, remember, you ain't supposed to, as a woman, you're supposed to be fine. I thought that was... I'm just talking to the folk that you be dealing with, Mama Quita. The folk that like to come on here and listen to the... Because, you know, this is Thursday. This is Mama Quita Take Over. This is the Love Series. You know, you bring the church folks in here. So I just be asking the church folks questions, you know, based on what they supposed to be believing. That's all, Mama Quita. Because, you know, they come here to see you, Mama Quita. They don't come here to see me. You know,
oh, that what that is? Okay.
I told you, Mama Quita. They just like to hear me host and call out.
Oh, Lord.
That's it. You know, they like the introduction. So, but, yeah, ain't you supposed to be foul? I thought that's what it said. A letter is only a good idea if the communication has broken down several times and you're actually not being heard. Listen.
Absolutely.
The woman didn't say nothing to me at all about this situation. I found out about the situation in the email. Didn't even know there was a situation until she emailed me.
So she was not a great communicator, and she just didn't know that.
She was
okay, so
she communicated via email. She felt that was
no. This is the thing with that. Okay, so people have 2 different levels of communication. You have a level of communication with the people that you deal with on a regular basis, and then you have a different level of communication with the person that you're with. And a lot of times, depending on the personality type, if you're a upfront communicator, you know, you can say what needs to be said to other people, but then when it comes to that person that you're with, you become unconfrontational or non-confrontational, whatever word that is. You don't want confrontation with that person. And usually that leads back because you're afraid they're going to leave. You're afraid that to be combative or have an argument or a disagreement is going to result in something that you don't want. that comes from somewhere deep inside, something you done been through. It's an abandonment issue. It's a hurt issue. It's a whatever it is. So I'm great at communication. I just don't know how to communicate with you because I'm afraid of a backlash or what might happen.
Well, this is how I am. Miss Chrissy says she has drunk her own Kool-Aid. But okay, that shit ain't got no sugar in there. Y'all got Kool-Aid, no sugar, ham and old burger. He ain't never got nothing in here that. Right, but I don't like to argue, period.
Me either.
Regardless of what the relationship is.
Absolutely, I'm too old for that.
Because there's a part of me that I'm really trying to get God to work on that, to not really spaz out on people. Because see, I don't want to argue with you because I moved different. See, I ain't with all the lip service. You just go right on out in the backyard. And I'm definitely not going to argue with a dude. But when it comes to my first lady, I don't want to.
You gotta move different.
I don't want to argue with her because we grown and I don't want to argue with you. No one, I don't want to argue with you because I love you. Now sometimes I might not like you at sometimes, but goddamn it, I love the shit out you. I love goddamn the crown you walk on. I love the hell out you. That's why I don't want to argue with you. Yeah, it's a lot of shit I know I need to work on it, handle, but sometimes you get caught up trying to take care of the big things, you know, and it slip your mind about the little stuff, and then it's like by the time you get there, it's like, oh, but I'm supposed to take care of this, but she killed me, but look, oh my God. And it's not because I fear her. I respect her. I love her. I ain't trying to sit here and goddamn argue with you. You're doing something else. And I know I could become lackadaisy in certain kind of things. Because even my mother told her that, you know, in my past, I've always been in the driver's seat. You know what I'm saying? I went out, I did this, I provided, you know what I'm saying? I brought bread, whether I had to leave the country and get it, whether I had to hit the street and get it, or I had to create my own job and get it. I went out there and I got it. Now I'm in a position where I got found in my bounce back. You know what I'm saying? So I'm already uncomfortable because I'm not in the driver's seat no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was the driver. Like, I motherfucking ain't happy with my shit. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm on the bounce back. So, and granted, she does make bad points. You know, if a woman was at home all day, this would be done, that would be done, this would be done, that would be done. But sometimes I get caught up in my work. And time will fly, and then it's like, oh, shit, she's gonna get off. I gotta go ahead and get dinner ready. And it's crazy because most men aren't time-based. You know what I'm saying? She'd be like, oh, I have to plan this out for you. Go do this, go do that, at this time, do this. Now, men are very instructional. If you hand a man a pair of instructions, especially one that knows how to read and comprehend, he gonna follow them to the T. You'll be happy camp. Because most men don't even read the instructions when it's time to to put something together. They bust open the box, they look at the picture,
and they go at it. And they go at it.
Listen, I had somebody mama one day. I was helping a friend out, and I opened up the box, and the first thing I did was pull out the instructions, and I sat there and started reading. She said, I ain't never seen that before.
Exactly.
She said, I ain't never seen a man reach into the box and pull out the instructions first. I said, I don't know how to put this thing together. So why am I going to sit here and try to put something together? It come with an instruction. They gave me instructions for a reason. You know, not being the sole financial provider does not mean you're not a leader. I don't get knocked out of my leadership, bro. I don't get looked at less than a man. You know, it's just certain things that she feel there's certain things that if I would have did on my own without her being here, it could have got accomplished anyway. But again, men move different. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of the things that women will really worry about, we not really gonna worry about. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of minute to us because it's almost like I can deal without that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't get knocked down as a leader. No, I've never been undercut as a man. I think I've been asked for more because I'm not from the house side, which is not a problem because I love cooking anyway, you know. And I know my first lady don't too much care to cook. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't really got a problem with that. You know, I ain't got a problem with keeping the house clean. But it's like sometimes when I should just keep the house clean, I'm sitting here working, trying to put more time on the clock because there's things that I know I need to do 2 weeks from now. So I ain't thinking about cleaning. I'm thinking about getting these extra 2-3 hours on this clock so I can have this money. So when she stick her hand out and say, this is due, I can do that. You see what I'm saying? You know, so that's how I move. But sometimes I forget to go ahead and clean the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? It's 20 minutes time. You could have just took 20 minutes to clean the bathroom. That she up early on a Saturday morning cursing you out because this is something you could have did during the week. Because you at the house. Because this is something that a woman would have did if she was at the house. Because it's true. A woman would sit down and work and be like, oh no, I'm clocking out because I'm doing this, and this. A man is like, I'm on this clock. I gotta get this money. Baby need groceries. Baby need a new pair of shoes. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And then when it's time to show and prove and stuff ain't done, it's like, oh shit. Well, what were you doing? I was trying to get this video done. You telling me you could have just took 20 minutes out and
did it right.
Knock this out. I got to do everything. I got to tell you to do everything. I got to show you what it is. But men ain't thinking like that. Because it's not that we're waiting on you to get it done. It's more so the fact of we look at it. I don't work on Saturday, so I just clean Saturday morning when I get up.
Okay, so with that being said, I'm okay. I'm kind of on that same wavelength because during the week, me and my kids, we straighten up. We don't clean up.
Right.
So my kids are used to on Saturday, if we got something to do on Saturday, Friday evening, Sunday evening after church or whatever we got to do, we gonna clean up.
Right.
But clean up is on the weekend.
Right.
So now when my sons get older and my daughter, when they get out there, it's gonna be like, oh, during the week we straighten up. Long as it looks presentable, we good.
Right. You can still go in the bathroom and it look like you ain't afraid to use it. We good.
But the clean up. Oh, that's the weekend.
That's Saturday morning. That's early. That's when you get up, throw on the James Brown and do. And then it's like, oh, well, I got to get you up to clean up. I got to start. Well, no, you already know I move in emotion. I get up early. I get coffee. I go sit outside, rain, sleet, snow, hot or cold, or I go sit downstairs somewhere and I get a one-on-one prayer in real quick, have my coffee and my cigarette. Then I go to the bathroom. Then I'm ready to rock and roll for the day. But by the time I come back upstairs out of prayer, and you already up cleaning, now you mad, you fussing.
Now you mad, you're fussing, because you used to doing it your way.
And no, not even that. It's more so the fact that she got started without me.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Which means she's used to doing it her way.
Right. So now, for me, it's more so as a man, what I should have did was when I be going into prayer, I should have took her with me.
Right.
See, instead of coming downstairs on my own, making my own pot of coffee and all of that, and then going into my own prayer, I should have got her up with me, went into the prayer with her, and then
there you go.
I'm going downstairs, making coffee, and now while I'm downstairs, I'm gonna use this bathroom real quick, and I'll be back up here to help you clean up.
That's it.
And guess what?
You gotta move different.
That's the right way to do it. I ain't gonna do that. And then that's the problem. And my thing is, you, like Chrissy said, we can do this all day. But we don't have to do this. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what's that right there? And what's that right there? Oh, and I did that right there. I mean, do that. I pay people to clean up. I keep it straight and clean, the bathroom, the kitchen. Listen, I ain't there yet. I could just say, hey, bro, we going out of town for a couple of days. We gonna pay somebody to keep the thing clean, so we clean, we come back. I ain't there yet. But at the end of the day, it's certain things that I just have to go ahead and step up and do. But the key thing is, we both still gotta have same sides. Both sides have to be willing to pray for each other. You know what I'm saying? And
that's it.
As they say, a praying family, a family that prays together stays together.
Stays together. Family that prays together stays together.
We gotta start. Listen, I don't get mad. I gotta start arguing because I know this is a couple of things I know. I seen my first lady do something out of the kindness of her heart because she truly wanted to help somebody. And she's been excited because she has been used by God to help somebody. And she's been on this natural high for a good week. She's been on this natural high for a good week. And then at the same time, you're on this natural high for a good week. You're going in, you're getting the word, you're still doing all the other stuff you say you need to do to help get yourself together. And then on this side, the man she with, me, I'm coming on this show 3 days a week telling folks they need to repent and get back to Jesus and love God and love your neighbor as you love yourself. Wait a minute. Hold on. Both of y'all trying to ride down this road of righteousness, and then y'all talking about y'all about to connect and really do it on a righteous level, because God has already gave me the vision of how I need to do it, and I'm going to do it exactly how He tell me to do it. Oh, yeah. I know how to get get him. Well, I've been trying to get him. I tried to do the show. That ain't really work. He started ignoring people and he stopped spaz. Then he brought Mama Queen on here, so now he really don't have to spaz because now he has a sound mind and a light mind to bounce off on. And someone that ain't gonna tolerate the foolishness and she gonna correct it so he ain't got to go overboard. So I can't get him that. Tried to do it through social media. He really started going on that. Tried to do it through the children through social media. He didn't even respond. So, who's left? First lady's left. Oh, and she on this natural high too. I gotta bring her off that, cause now she's starting to question things. Things she never questioned before. She's starting to question. Cause she's starting to listen to this guy. And now she's going to church and she's actually hearing it again. And then she's seeing it for herself. And now she's starting to ask all these questions. Questions she ain't never asked before. Questions she ain't never felt some kind of way before. Wait a minute. I thought I had this one. Wait a minute. Because I could do what I wanted to him. I couldn't kill him because God got a calling on him. Now he got a woman who willing to be down with him and run with him and go with him. And now he dropping Jews and he planting these seeds. And she really now want to be in church and she want to do family and she want to build. And now she want to go out and help people and boom, boom, boom. And now what she truly want to do is starting to manifest itself. And now it's starting to brew up. It's almost like lighting a fire. You done already got it spark and now it's going. Now you're fanning it. Oh no, I gotta come in. I gotta come dump that. I gotta put something on that. Because see, the way God got it set up, once she get on fire, it's gonna trigger the fire over here in him because he already on fire. And now the first lady done got on fire. So now the first lady is now the official first lady because now they're going to deal with hobby and fish. They don't went and got prayed over together. They don't went and got rebaptized together. Not baptized separately for each other, but baptized as the husband and the wife. Y'all better stop playing with me. That's the vision for my wedding because God told me to go do one in private. It's only going to be certain people alive in here because there's going to be a prayer and there's going to be a baptism that takes place before we say I do. I'm giving my wife back to Christ and and she's going to give me back to him before we join the union. Y'all better stop playing because the devil know that I'm going to just go ahead and do what God said. And she know that if I tell her this is what the Spirit says, she going to come on and she going to get with it. Because see, somebody at church done already planted the seed in her that said, I've been married for 40 years. It's a hard thing. And guess what? Both of y'all in here in church together, the enemy gonna come against you. So the seed has already been planted. And then I've already planted the seed to tell her that I done rebuked it already because I've seen that she's being used. So now you're getting a seed planted twice. And now it's coming. And then fire is starting to brew. But I got it. The enemy want to go. And I refuse to let you mess with my sugar book. So this ain't no white flag of submission. Nah, this is to keep that fire going. I'm trying to keep that fire going. Because I done already beat you once, Satan. I already told you that you ain't got no place, no business, nowhere in Joseph Keeby life or anything she got going on. Because I see what's popping. And see a lot of people, because we don't get into the word. Because like you and Miss Christie said, the women don't come together. The elderly women don't teach the young women as the scriptures say it's supposed to. I'm just talking to the church folk right now, and I really want to hoop, holler, and scream right now, but I'm really trying to keep my composure. See, she said we under attack. The attack is gonna come. But it's something that Miss Christie put up on Facebook the other day that said we already won. We just got to play the game.
Already won.
We just got to get to the end of the game.
Because he said he wrote the ending before the beginning. All we're doing is walking it out.
Right. Listen. If you got someone that you love, somebody that you with, you got to pray for them, especially if you out here doing right. Now, if you out here, you ain't doing right, you all in the wrong. And they
but you know what? No, let me stop you. Because even if you doing it wrong, and you know you doing it wrong, sometimes, and I learned this with one of my uncles, sometimes the stronghold that is on you is stronger than you.
Right.
And even when you are doing it wrong, and this is where us Christian folks make the mistake. We'll tell folks because you're doing it wrong, you wrong, and you just out there.
Oh, no,
you doing it wrong, baby, you keep praying. You keep praying, you keep holding on, because it can be broken. And God still hears your prayers. He still hears you. He still sees your tears. Don't let it go. If you doing it wrong, you keep praying for that man or that woman until God tell you not to. Let me tell you something. I got with this dude, and I kept asking God, I'm like, God, why is he in my life? He ain't nothing like what you said. Why is he in my life? And God simply, the only word he said for me, I was sitting and I heard his voice as he was sitting in the room, and he said, pray for him. And every time I tried to get rid of him, I couldn't. And every time I went back to God, God, why is he in my life? Pray for him. See, we may not understand everything,
right,
but that prayer is doing something in the back that we can't see.
right.
And it don't matter who it is. When God say you keep your hands on them, you keep your hands on them. God say you keep doing with it, you keep going with it.
Right.
Don't question.
Oh, no, I
They don't understand.
Oh, I wasn't going to bash the people that was going wrong.
All right.
I was going to say if you're doing it wrong, then there's a way to do it right.
Now, obviously, somebody needed to hear that.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't going to condemn folks doing something wrong. Hold on 1 second. You got the flow, Mama Queenie.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. Sometimes we just don't understand what God is doing. It ain't for us to understand everything at all. That's why he said you have to have a peace that surpasses your understanding. Because his ways are not our ways. His thoughts are not our thoughts. We're aspiring to get there. But because we're not there, you can't. And to be honest, we'll never get there because he's complex. Period. Complex. So it doesn't matter what you understand or what you don't understand. It ain't up to you to understand him. As long as you're being obedient, you are serving your purpose. Period. Point blank. So stay obedient. Even if you don't hear the voice of God because your relationship ain't that strong, I promise you, you have a feeling. There's something inside of you that say, this ain't right. Or even if you get a peace It's something that says, okay, I'm supposed to be doing this. You always know one way or the other what you supposed to or what you not supposed to be doing. Sometimes he gets quiet. Sometimes it seems he has walked away, but he hasn't. He's just sitting there trying to see what you gonna do.
Right. How you gonna turn?
How you gonna exactly? And see, we don't even understand. A lot of times we go through stuff, and he's sitting back to wait to watch your reaction. Because your reaction is either going to cause him to bless you or your reaction is going to cause you to stay in that situation longer. Do you know they was in the wilderness for 40 years and they weren't supposed to be there for 40 years? It was because of their reaction.
Right. That's why I learned, especially when it comes to my sugar book, my reaction is to go straight to prayer. Because unless I'm in the dead wrong. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I ain't, listen, and Mama Queen will tell you, I stood up and said I've been wrong. And in front of folk. And this was as a child. Man, you caught me with my hand in the cookie jar and I used to be blind about it. You know, I'm caught. The question is, what's the punishment?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
But at the end of the day, when I see something, because usually I'm not looking at things in a regular vision. It's like I can't even watch TV the same anymore.
You can't.
Because now, when I watch TV, I look at it from a spiritual perspective.
Right.
And now, because I do commercial, I pay attention to TV. I pay attention to how they move. I'm sitting there one day at my mom's house and we watching TV. And I'm like, is the camera shaking? My mama said, what are you looking at? I said, oh, you can't see it with just looking at it. You have to know what you're looking at to see that the camera was rocking during the scene. So when you've been open to some things, you can see it differently. See, even when I listen to music, I can, oh, that got a lot of reverb, that got a lot of flingo on it, he ain't really singing, that's auto-tune. That's pitch correction. You see what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Now when I'm listening to people who do like The Voice and all these other singing shows, it's like you hear certain things.
Uh-huh.
And like my first lady, she can teach voice because she hear pitch and pitches and flats that I don't even hear. Because she has a trained ear for that. So once you've been trained, and once you can see, and once you have studied, you see things differently. It's the same thing with God. Once you get into the scripture, once you start learning, once you start training, once you start reading, once you start getting in depth to what the words say, your eye become open. You see things differently. It's revealed to you on a different level.
That's right. That's right.
The level is different.
It is.
How you see it. So when certain things take place, you be like, oh, I know what that is. You can see it coming. It give you that warning sign. Because you've been praying. So you see it coming. And when it reveals itself, it's like, I ain't taking none of you. Lord, I rebuke this spirit upstairs. Lord, you standing at your job and the supervisor come out. I ain't taking none of you. You run into the bathroom, close the stall. There, I don't know what's going on in her world. I don't know what's going on in her life. But Lord Jesus, please make sure that while she's here, that she conduct herself accordingly to your will, Lord. And Lord, whatever pain and problems that she's suffering at home, I ask that you intervene into her pain and her problems and her suffering at home, so she don't bring them into this office. Because Lord Jesus, I'm expecting you to hold me back, because the next time she come to my desk with the foolishness, Lord, I might need some bail money. And I don't need no bail money, Lord, because I know you the most all and the most powerful, and you can change all of this. So Lord, I'm going back to my desk and have faith in all these things I ask you in your son Jesus' name.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm not about to sit here and argue with you. I know somebody who can deal with the spirit that's on you to deal with me right now. You can sit here to try to play a game. Now, I ain't about to sit here and play with you. Because like you said, God will let it show up to see how you gonna react to it.
To see how you gonna react.
God will let it show up to see how you gonna play it out. Are
That's
you
it.
gonna act the monkey, or are you gonna go in your closet and seek him?
That's it.
Because if he know you gonna seek him, and even if the enemy know you gonna seek him, he ain't gonna try you as much, because he already know how you gonna react. Oh, now if I try this fool, he going straight in the prayer closet, and I'm gonna get shut all the way down. But see, he looking for them lukewarm Christians, so where he can try you real quick. He know you gonna turn around and serve up 2 pieces and a biscuit, and now you're going to jail. Now you need bail money. Now you might lose your job. Now you done lost your boy. Look here.
Now I'm in your finances. Now I'm all over your world. I'm in your relationship. I done cause havoc in every part of your life.
I've been there. And now since I've been studying and reading and praying, I see it, and I refuse to let him use my first lady, my children, my mama, my sisters, my brothers, anybody. He's not using nobody. Listen, I'm learning that the power of prayer, sincere prayer on top of that, change things very quickly. I seen it happen.
That's right.
I seen it happen. I got an apology from somebody I never thought I would get an apology from, but prayer works. I prayed for that, and it came. And guess what? That same person I'm gonna keep praying for. So if you with somebody, keep praying for that person. Keep
That's right.
bond. Keep close. But please know that when you're doing right, you're under attack. But you gotta know it ain't the person that you're with. It's the spirits that's using the person to come at you.
That's right. Ain't nothing personal.
That's why I don't allow ugly spirits to deal with my pretty sugar personally. Because they never cause personal problems. Not like personal problems.
That's right. You gotta cut them off.
And this ain't just for your significant other. This is for your children. This is for your mothers. This is for your friends. This is for your bosses. This is for your loved ones. It's for the man around the corner. This is for this one for your church leaders, for your politicians, for your mayor and your city council and the school board and the superintendent. This is for everybody.
Everybody. Everybody.
So we know we kept y'all late. That's because the conversation was great. spirit moving, I can't tell him when to shut down. This his show.
That's right.
I
That's
cannot
right.
tell the spirit to stop. Wait a minute, hold on, stop that. This his. Just the host. Keep using me and keep doing what you're doing. And hopefully somebody will see this and change their life. Hopefully we can help your marriage. Excuse me, help your relationship. Men, start doing more for you women. Take more burden off you women. And see how your relationship changes. Women, stop complaining and start praying. And see how your relationship changes. I'm gonna say that one more time. Men, take a little load off your wife and pray for her and see how your relationship change. And women, instead of nagging and complaining about the same thing, instead of threatening to have to go find somebody else to do what they want to do, because you know you ain't doing that. How about you just pray for them? I guarantee you, if you pray for them honestly and ask God, He'll give you what you want. And He'll change you. Because like Mama Queen said, it's an inside thing. And you can't change the inside. The only person that can change the inside is God Almighty. You can't change the workings of a person. You can't change their DNA. You can't change who they are. And some folks try. They got some laws that say they can identify as this and they can be that. Man, look here, stop playing. Like the lady was mad, the dude mad because you didn't call him man. Everything about you say, dude, what are you?
She was scared if she had said ma'am, she would have been wrong.
I ain't never seen no woman built like this. Even if she work out and got muscles, boy, you better stop playing and go sit down. Let me stop before we get kicked off of YouTube. Listen, man. If you believe in Jesus, man, y'all under attack right now. And some of y'all are fighting with a reprobate mind. And some of y'all are fighting with a delusion. Because you know it's wrong. But you still indulge, or you still support certain things because you feel a certain way. But then it goes, but then your spirit tells you that you're going all the way in. So you fight. We got that point. We under attack. And it's going to come a time where we're going to have to make a choice. What side you want to be on? So listen, man, I love y'all, man. I thank y'all for coming out. Mama Quita, anything you want to say in closing?
Love y'all. Have a great weekend. Everybody be safe. Until the next time. Make sure you are staying prayed up, staying close to God. If you have not received Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, oh God, thank you for His Son. That's it.
You can do all the good work, but if you don't have faith and believe that Jesus is who He say He is, then your work is pretty much in vain. And you can't have faith and not work. They go hand in hand. So that's my time, man. Love God with all your mind, body, and soul. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. And we'll see y'all back here on Monday on the Morning Show. Me, I'm Queen, And all you good folks, make sure you like, share, tell somebody about it. If somebody needs to hear this, go ahead and drop it in they look. Facebook allow you to send out emails, text messages, and all that other good stuff. So share it to somebody you know that need to see it. However you got to get to them. I thank y'all for the love that y'all have stored upon us, and may y'all have a good weekend, man. And we'll see y'all back here Monday morning, 9 a.m. as always.
It's alright.
Go. It's time to get up.
Yeah, sugar.
Ready, yeah. For the hottest morning show in the ATL.
Yeah.
It's the Wake, Bake, and Coffee Morning Show. Live with Georgia first black governor. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you the most interactive radio show on Facebook Live. We bring in the hottest news, the illest independent artists, and a whole lot of love.